I'm Chris Thompson, and today on The Business Behind the News, I'm talking about the field of quantum computing and why it's so hot right now that even the government wants to get in on the action by investing government money, which is actually your money, into a handful of quantum computing companies in exchange for stock in order to ensure that the US is a leader in quantum computing worldwide. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Let's get into it. Quantum computing is one of the most talked about subjects right now, and not just in scientific circles. It has the potential to fundamentally change everything about how we protect our data to how we treat serious diseases. People are starting to realize that this isn't just a distant dream anymore. It's here right now, and it's developing technology with real-world implications that are getting closer to reality every day. The promise of quantum computing is massive and offers breakthroughs in areas like cryptography and new pathways to our curing cancer. It's a kind of revolutionary technology that will define global economic and national security leadership for decades to come, which is why the stakes are so incredibly high. First off, let's level set. What exactly is quantum computing? Quantum computing is a revolutionary form of computation that harnesses quantum mechanics phenomena like superposition and entanglement to enable quantum bits, or qubits for short, to process exponential number of calculations simultaneously, allowing it to solve problems beyond the capability of classic supercomputers. You get all that? Makes about as much sense to me as flying pigs, but let me break it down for y'all. A quantum computer achieves its power by leveraging two unique principles: superposition and entanglement. Unlike a classical bit, which is either a 0 or a 1, a qubit can be both a 0 and a 1 simultaneously, which is why it's called superposition, allowing it to process a vast number of possibilities all at once. Then we have entanglement, which links multiple qubits so that their fates are intertwined, causing the collective computational power to grow exponentially with quantum computers to examine and solve extreme complex simulations with unprecedented speed. For cryptography, the threat is imminent. An algorithm developed by MIT mathematician Peter Stoll in 1994 proved a powerful quantum computer could quickly factor large numbers, breaking encrypted systems like RSA that secures our digital transactions. You know when you're shopping online and you see that little lock in your browser window that the transaction is encrypted and secure? Well, with quantum computing, you might be looking at the possibility that all encryption could easily be broken, and then nothing is really ever secure. Scary stuff. But don't worry. Those same brainiacs that are inventing quantum computing are also thinking about how to secure our cryptography in a post-quantum computing world. In the field of medicine, quantum computing offers a revolutionary path forward for fighting cancer by shifting through complex genomic data and molecular interactions to accelerate drug discovery and personalized treatment. Analysts at Bank of America estimate that the global quantum computing market will grow from around $300 million in 2024 to approximately $4 billion by the end of 2030. Quantum computing has recently caught Wall Street's attention and thus the federal government's. On Thursday, October 23rd, quantum computing stocks surged after a Wall Street Journal report indicated that the Trump administration is seeking to acquire equity stakes in several key quantum computing companies in exchange for an injection of around $10 million per company from the federal government, which, remember I told you, is your money. This is all in an effort to ensure that the US remains a leader in quantum computing worldwide. The quantum computing companies reportedly in talks to receive government investments include IonQ, Rigetti Computing, D-Wave Quantum, Quantum Computing Inc., and Atom Computing. Following the news, quantum computing stocks saw immediate gains of 10+% in the stock market. The move mirrors the Trump administration's earlier action in August of 2025 to take an equity stake of 10% in Intel by converting grants into equity, as well as the 15% stake that the Pentagon took in the rare earth miner MP Materials back in July of 2025. The bottom line is that quantum computing's transformational power in areas like secure cryptography and life-saving medical breakthroughs, particularly in the fight against cancer, is no longer theoretical. The enormous potential is why the technology is generating so much excitement right now. And the recent report that the Trump administration is talking to companies about taking equity stakes in exchange for federal funding shows that the government views this as a critical strategic sector. The mix of revolutionary science and direct government interest means that quantum computing will remain one of the hottest sectors of innovation and significant market movement in the future. Thanks for listening to my hot take about why quantum computing is so hot right now and how the Trump administration is interested in investing in companies in the sector in order to ensure that the US remains a leader in quantum computing worldwide. If you haven't already, smash that like button and do me a solid and subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified next time I release a hot take. Thanks.